Charlie Hebdo and Je suis Charlie, or I am Charlie, continue to dominate trends on social platforms after Wednesday's attack on the satirical newspaper. Global news outlets are showing solidarity with their French colleagues. The New Yorker magazine has shared the cover of its next issue on Facebook and Twitter. It's due for release next week. In Paris, a minute's silence was observed at the Élysée Palace. Here, staff are pictured during their silent tribute. And video has been posted on Instagram showing the lights going out on the Eiffel Tower, a gesture to honour those killed. Meantime, Australia's ambassador to France, Stephen Brady, has visited a makeshift memorial outside the offices of Charlie Hebdo.
Australians had felt the pain of terrorism so recently in Sydney, and the reaction in Australia has been one of feeling the pain of the French. And I felt that coming here today I could represent all Australians and say to the French that we understand what you're going through, and we understand the trauma that yesterday's and today's events have caused.
The US President Barack Obama has visited the French embassy in Washington. Images have been shared on Facebook. They show Mr. Obama signing a book of condolence. He wrote, "As allies across the centuries, we stand united with our French brothers and sisters to ensure that justice is done and our way of life is defended." A vigil was also held in Sydney. More than 2,000 people gathered at Martin Place, and in Melbourne people converged on Federation Square. There a minute's silence was also observed for the 12 victims of the Paris attack. Another hashtag has emerged from the shooting, Je suis Ahmed, or I am Ahmed. This image was initially posted on Twitter, captioned, "This is Ahmed Merabet, the Muslim policeman executed on the sidewalk outside the Charlie Hebdo office." The hashtag quickly started trending as people expressed their gratitude for the officer's sacrifice while defending the right to free speech. Others described the 42-year-old patrolman as a hero. One tweet said he protected the magazine who made fun of his religion. The UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon is also quoted on Twitter. He said he was deeply moved by images from the Paris attack and notes the ruthless execution of Ahmed Merabet.
This is yet another reminder of what we are facing together. It should never be seen as a war of religion, for religion or on religion. It is an assault on our common humanity, designed to terrify and incite. Giving in to hatred and sowing division only guarantees a spiral of violence, precisely what terrorists seek. We must not fall into that trap.
Charlie Hebdo is pressing ahead in defiance of the attack. The term I am Charlie features on its website. Text underneath reads, "Because the pencil will always be above the barrel, because freedom is a universal right, and because you support us." The editorial team will work from another publication. Liberation had this message on Facebook, indicating it'll help produce the next edition due for release on Wednesday. 1 million copies are expected to be printed, up from its average circulation of about 45,000. Copies of the latest paper are attracting bids of more than $100,000 on online auction sites. 60,000 copies of that edition were printed. Some were available immediately for purchase on eBay for more than $75,000. Well, there's the smartphone and watch, so why not the smart sock? Though sadly this technology won't help you find missing socks. A number of wearable devices are being unveiled at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. There's been plenty of buzz surrounding smart fashion items, with smart dresses, jackets and socks all on show. In one example, sensors are used to send information about a runner to their smartphone.
What you see here is a sock with embedded textile sensors that can detect pressure, so that I can let a runner know not just how far and how fast he's running, but also how well he's running.
Not to be outdone, US recording artist will.i.am has used the show to launch his own smart watch. The singer claims his gadget boasts all the abilities of a smartphone on your wrist.
Pulse is a standalone non-tethered device. It has GPS, 3G, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. Comes with the SIM card, and it's a wonderful fashion piece that has the same type of technology that you would carry in your hand on a smartphone.
Well, here's a selection of terms being searched on Google across Australia at the moment. Now to some other items that have been generating interest online. Now, if you had a year out from work, how would you spend it? At the age of 23, Alex decided to spend his gap year travelling. The Canadian quit his job and headed to Australia for a working holiday. And he also decided to document his experience in a selfie time-lapse video. Have a look. Now, Alex spent 3 months working on a farm. He also backpacked through parts of Asia before returning to Australia, and judging from some of the images, for Alex, 2014 will prove to be a year to remember.